I started the state computer. Oh. Okay. Good. Okay. Oh. For file to kind of work through it and over to and painful. Okay, now pain celebration. Children's advice. Oh boy, okay.
But I don't think it, so I don't really have too much to report on the financials.
So far. Um,
Did you have a question?
or so, I. So just I essentially now. I'm just looking at our chat register and maybe funds. We have enough funds to cover the checks that are going out. Okay. Right. So I just wanted to bring up to this group that we'll probably be good to transfer $10,000 from this savings account, that currently has about $7,000 in it, to the Titanic account, covers for another couple months. We have a few projects in the pipeline, but the question is timing and appropriateness. So, if builder's choice, builder's choice, if they come back, that's a smaller one, that'll be less than $10,000. I have another housing application and that we'll be reviewing next month or two, and that will be probably also under $10,000. The big one for this year is really the front row housing one, which if that county infrastructure grant comes through that just got approved by the county legislature, I would expect that application in the fall. And now it would be another $10,000 for them. So that's really the big one. And then of course we're still out there having conversations, trying to build that pipeline. But those are really the three that are really active. So, but yeah, so that's. I would like this committee to make a recommendation to transfer. That's
The CD, that's action on,
yes.
is that, sure, that was a. Did receive the money from. Oh, where? Oh, where? Oh, okay. So I was saying. Because then, and I'm just thinking like other expenses that we might have to prepare. So we've already paid the auditors. Well,
Not quite. So
they still do.
we paid their initial $7,500. We just got another bill, the final bill from them for $4,500, which I think is actually less than.
Okay,
longer. So I think we did okay with that this year. So we'll have another.
so we're going to want to do at least 15,000.
I would think so.
Okay, and then we probably should have read the CD.
So the CD is maturing April 16th. So that's kind of soon.
Um,
So what I can do is I can bring some rates to the next meeting. I'll just have them for this money somewhere, bring the rates to the next meeting. And then decide how much we want to keep in a CD and how much we want to transfer to generations.
yeah, because we were able to do 75,000 last time. I don't think we'll be able to do that. The back,
No, I probably want to.
yeah, so.
Oh.
That's like, that's savings, like, I'm just thinking. and- So you have those two projects. And I guess it's because like in my mind, like I don't know exactly on this first, so like if there is like, cash flow isn't, so if we're even thinking like 6 months out. Um. 45 months worth of that is
Yeah, so other than the audit, the main is what we delivered. I think that you can actually keep that.
So recommend trans, so maybe what we can do, is it possible to wait until the 16th?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I was gonna do anything.
And then, okay, so we'll say the CD's maturing April 16th. And then 50,000 of that will go into savings. But isn't savings and checking there, so then,
So the $50,000 will have to bring back to generations.
yeah. Into
They'll
the,
put it in either the savings or the checking.
Yeah.
And then keep bring savings up to,
yeah,
25,000.
so I don't know, do we have to?
Savings.
Do we have to get a vote if we're doing from savings and generations to checking and generations? I mean, not that it would be big to make, but just to say, like, so that I wonder if we just tell them.
Yeah,
This is
we would want the board to, we want it to be
transparent.
documented, that
Yeah.
the board is aware. And,
Yeah, I just don't have, I just want to make sure.
So as I just say, like, this group from the board would say, you know, the finance committee is recommending 25,000 in CD, move the rest into generations. Oh my gosh. So I'll reach out to Sean to see what I'm raising that right now. We still have. That's those. And that was the $5,000. He's, okay, I'm gonna make that. times do those, payment.
And for the land. So is that what the assessor shows? So that's like doing what? 50%.
So that number is, perhaps, so, okay,
I think that was what we were talking about. Like we're getting through the audit, and that was like our last meeting, right? We're going to get through the audit and then really take a deeper dive into the fixed asset balances. Get a number of everything. And then I think that's part of our application. Um, is that where you were getting at after them too? So,
Draft. Oh, no, I just saw it each year, and I forgot where we left off.
So in the accounts receivable item, so accounts receivables, that piece is still an outstanding amount, okay. Then. So then the due to government though. So is that where on the, like on the balance sheet, that's, okay. And then, all right, so did you have any other questions on those statements?
No. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. So for the capitalization policy, that was part of what was brought up in the audit, and I feel bad, I think that was my fault, because I did ask questions. When, so, and I appreciate them, I'm like really gonna write it up. There. So my thought on it, when I had originally brought it up, I was thinking, to really look at those fixed assets that are in there, what that balance is. So like to piggyback off your question of, like, do we need anything to assess the land values? Is that something that we want to do? And then I think for the capitalization policy on my end, as far as like how we would get something removed, because there were a couple items on there that, I think you had said that they're not 2 State Street or something, and, do we sell them? Do we?
well, there's a lot of items that are just like obsolete, they needed to like, well, they're. So like, like one of those projectors with the like sheets, clear sheets and markers.
Oh, they had those at the Cuban Museum.
Overhead projector.
I think we actually don't need it. But like one of those. Carousel ones, I think we actually. need this. So, yeah.
So, but they have defined, so what we have defined in the policy right now is if something is $2,500, so essentially like if we pay something 20, that's what I think, for 2,500. Oh, wait. Capital asset defined as a unit of property that has not gone more than a year, was acquired or produced for a cost of 25. But then what's the capitalization threshold?
And then it's a plus.
Yeah.
Expense.
Oh, wait. I wonder if this is the part that has to do with, you know, how like iPads or something. Or a phone, like it's something that you would want to keep track of, but like it maybe just cost you. Oh, okay, so capital asset. So we would record it at $2,500, but if anything's less than 500, we wouldn't appreciate it. Is that what that's saying? Capitalization, so like maybe it's saying like we wouldn't appreciate it.
So it's saying that we would expense anything that costs less than $500.
But then.
Why, I don't know why this number, I don't know why it's 2,500, but then, yeah, 500.
Maybe the auditors have a point here. But I mean, I do think at this point, what do you think?
Oh,
Like,
so capital assets. So this is two different types of assets. It's not considered a capital asset if it's below $2,500, but you're still capitalizing it as equipment.
right,
If it's between 500 and 2,500, tangible assets costing that or below. Or recording this expenses.
oh, okay, so then anything between above 500 and 2,500, you would report it as a. Wait, but
I guess
these
it's not-
words are not,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm not understanding the difference between an asset and a capital asset.
Was this
This came
provided
from
by state
Daniel.
of Daniel and King?
Yeah, they sent this as a template.
so, oh,
So
okay,
maybe I
wait,
should just call them as to explain it.
okay,
Minimum cost that shall be used to determine the capital assets are reported.
so and then we can talk about it even more, but I guess maybe at this point, since we'll table it. Until, just to kick it back to them and say. You know, we saw the template, is it truly a template and you just do your stuff in there, or are we supposed to really break down what a capital asset? The capitalization threshold is, or should they both be the same number?
Because it seems to me that they should be the same number. Right?
Yeah, was my thought.
And then, what I think I would also want to add to this is how do we, like surplus something?
No, I'm just making myself notes. Okay.
Okay, and then, yeah, so we'll ask for the amounts, and then, if they could provide something regarding surplusing. Like what kind of template to use for that. So then we'll just come back to that later, we have time.
It's,
And so, and you wanted to discuss the audit.
Right, but because this is meant to be, disclosed,
mhm.
and we don't have a forum of the board. Could we adjourn the meeting and then pick it up?
Are we going to talk about that in front of the full board, or does the audit committee do that first?
I've got to figure out how to do, this is probably a question for our exit conference next week, is like, how do we have this conversation with the board if we're not supposed to be disclosing the document yet, and like not supposed to have it as part of the public record yet,
Okay.
because I don't think technically there's an executive session reason for it.
I mean, I would think of that. So did the audit committee do that exit interview?
Well, the exit conference is next week.
All right.
So you and me, wow.
So so they met with the audit committee. They didn't, didn't the audit committee?
With the financial auditors. This is the C auditors.
Okay,
So Karen, maybe you might have. Because with the two of you.
See, I
it's
don't
still,
see, yeah,
it's
it's not
the finance.
right, but for open meetings, when it's not a quorum.
But the purpose of this meeting is
It's
a report of the community.
Yes,
Yes,
okay,
yes. So it's still subject to.
okay, that's fine, well, I just got some
Yeah, questions.
okay.
It's actually, I mean, I took a very quick look at it today and I'm. Okay, it seems so bad compared to how it could have gone out.
I mean, I knew what the bad parts were gonna be, so I was prepared.
It's, yeah. So. Um,
Okay, so that's, okay, so I guess I didn't even read that far into it.
So I
So
guess-
we're not supposed to disclose the audit findings until we have that exit interview, or we're just gonna find out more?
It's gotta be confidential until April 28th.
so I guess you should ask her about it. So we have the April 8th exit conference.
And I know they listed, so the board, also the better board director would be you on the 8th. When? And Tracy on the
Yes.
8th.
Yes. And they want our response by the 28th. So I'll have to ask them how to approach this board meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 6 months.
So,
Last time we had an audit, it took like a year and a half. For it to be.
but at that point, so now like we have like the report, right? So, but till April 28th,
So April 28th is when they want a response there.
and then, I guess it's just crazy if it was supposed to be on like. But it's okay. I mean, I think that we'll be able to approach it with our corrective action. Since it's such a delayed one, I would imagine a lot of, corrective action plans from the state, when they've seen a change, that at least that part we can document as our corrective action plan. And then that will get reported, and not as part of the headline, but will get reported. But,
Yeah, this is, I mean, I know sometimes the language sounds scary, but. This is that. I promise.
No, I just have, yeah, some, general
Yeah,
questions, so that's fine. We can visit that.
okay.
All right, is there anything else that we can talk about? I'm actually logging in right now to see the big statements.
We probably should change this to state.
Well, technically, that is still where I am, those,
I was supposed to, what we're talking about, appeal that.
so we were talking about it, and we were talking about moving everything here. We had this, very stuff that comes out here. So we're still at UC two. I think that kind of, this must be,
Oh, it's nice that it's still,
yeah.
it's a big deal. That's good.
Okay. I'm not sure that they
Wait,
love,
why, is there still? Oh, the county.
yeah, the county does still have people there.
So when I go on to get the statement from here, it's saying that I have to do like a signed document.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for some reason I'm like, oh, yeah, there it goes, now it's letting me do it. So do we want paper copies and electronic copies, or you just want the electronic
I
copy?
would rather just have electronic copies. But they have, like, Generations changed their system recently. And we lost access to the statements. CCIDA is not going to see.
It has Bob copiers.
Yeah, which is strange. He's a signer, he's the main signer. Um, Yeah, but he changed their system and changed all the permissions and then.
They call it an enhancement, but really it just is troublesome for everybody. Remember those days, it's the, oh, we have enhancements. Sign on the computer by 4, you know, like, oh, we better make sure we have extra copies. It's, we won't be able to work until 9 o'clock, and we start at 7 o'clock. Just. Government.
There's a civic duty. I thought that doesn't. But it's like a, like especially where I hold the bus.
Yes, consciously, my husband says I'm very confident, so you understand that. So it's your. It stops raining snow for anything else. That's a plus.
What's not? It's really all I have. Our next meeting is, going to, so it's July, right? And then July 2nd. It is July 2nd. So I was going to say, I know that we've established those meetings already. Well, the big state was okay with getting the big state. The only thing is the quick, I forgot to tell you, the quick books not exchange. Yeah. With books.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
we did update the.
yeah, the reprint.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that was the change of mind, and so
The 8th of July 20th, 2nd.
this work, I think that was okay.
It's fine, it's really, I mean, it's the Wednesday before the 4th of July.
And not only there, but plus, I was just wondering because when we, because like I just did the big statements last night.
Yeah, so I mean, what we can do is do like a preliminary, like a draft set of financials prior to big reconciliation. But it's like, not much is gonna change.
Yeah, and then that's true, and then we can do the big reconciliation. And that if something changes, then I can just, yeah, then I'll just say, oh, we have new financial statements. Well, if there is nothing more than. I'm gonna have some motion to adjourn.
We'll just make a motion to adjourn. How about that?
Motion to adjourn by Cameron, second by Tessa. So we adjourned. Okay.